when do you just walk into a restaurant and have them have all the food like rolled around in carts? Like, it's a very unique experience in itself.
Yum cha is a part of Cantonese culture, especially in Hong Kong. It's actually a very casual eating culture and not a formal occasion, kind of like a Chinese-style brunch or morning tea.
So first of all, dim sum is the foods. It's the things that you see on the plate in the steamed bamboo steamer basket.
And it literally means touch your heart.
That is dim sum, the plates of food. Yum cha incorporates the entire dining culinary experience of eating dim sum.
I would say even amongst Chinese cuisine, it's something that's very special.
So it involves eating small servings of various dim sum foods while drinking tea and catching up with friends and family. The style of eating from little plates or dishes is so you can order more, share more, and eat more.
That's the biggest misconception and biggest misunderstanding, I think. People use it synonymously.
I think of yum cha and dim sum as the same thing. I thought they were just kind of interchangeable.
Yum cha, seriously, for the longest time, I thought that yum cha is the same as dim sum.
No, it just means drink tea, right? Yin cha.
I know it's called yum cha, which I've never even used.
You just drink the tea.
Cha can mean tea in Chinese, so it must mean yummy tea.
Like literally just like drinking tea.
She's mad! She's mad! But it's not!
Time with friends and family spent together around a round table and ordering these small dishes.
It's right about that time, like 11 or 12 or 1.
And it's something that I've always like woken up looking forward to.
It's kind of like a Sunday brunch with family.
Not just your immediate family, but your extended family too, with your aunts, uncles.
Traditional dim sum places where they roll the carts around, you don't really get that experience anywhere else. You know, you're hollering at the cart ladies to come over, putting things on other people's plates.
I'll never forget just like being with my family and just like having these little plates of food appear in front of me.
It's kind of like a mini celebration to me every time we go to eat dim sum, and I'm kind of sad that I don't get to do it anymore.
There's like all these types of teas, like chrysanthemum or like gunyam, or you know, there's just like so many, and it's so good.
So let's take a look at the top 10 dim sum dishes that are essential to yum cha. Beef meatball, ngao yok yun.
It is like one of the dishes you always get.
There's 3 brown meatballs. Normally, the 3 balls are put on top of a very thin layer of tofu skin.
It's more like, how do you describe, like glutinous?
For my entire life, anytime people ordered it, I thought it didn't taste good because it was just like too rubbery.
It gives off some homemade feeling.
The beef has been grounded to the point where it's almost like a fishball.
Got this like bit of a bite to it.
So I'm guessing they play on the fish meatball texture, but the beef flavor, which is pretty hard to make.
It shouldn't taste like it has a lot of like flour mixed into it. It's a meatball, not a flour ball.
But I think it's often just overlooked because it's just like 3 meatballs.
Fried dumplings, ham so gok.
Ham so gok.
Ham sek go.
Ham so is salt water, gok is like a corner. So I guess it's like, I don't know.
It's like a donut, but like a meat donut. Wow, that does not sound appetizing.
The flavor and texture is very distinct.
So you actually have to have this fresh, because when it's not fresh, all the oils go to the bottom, and then you're just left with this like cold, oily mess.
You got this fried ball.
It's only the very top thin layer that's crispy, like very, very crispy. And then you bite down and then you get into the mochi, the glutinous layer.
It's like fluffy, but chewy.
And then the middle has the ground pork. Oh man.
There's this explosion of meat.
When you bite into it, it shouldn't be like completely packed. It's not like a hard ball.
I've had ones where you bite into it, it's kind of hollow inside and you don't see a lot of meat.
60% meat, and then you have like air in it.
And it's just like sweet and chewy and crispy and savory, and you're just like, what is this magical ball of goodness?
Eat it when it's fresh.
Turnip cake, lo bak go.
Lo bat gao.
Oh, luo bak gao.
Oh, the turnip cake.
Let us turn up the beat.
Lobak is the turnip. Go is literally, it describes the texture of it. It's like a paste, but not.
My main goal is to get a turnip cake. Like for me, the turnip cake is the 10. I'm actually only coming to dim sum for the turnip cake.
I just didn't really have a concept of what turnip tastes like.
I don't actually care so much about the other things. It's all about that turnip cake. that you can't get anywhere else.
What other culture do they like mash turnip into a cake?
What it is essentially Chinese turnip. They ground it up. It shouldn't be a hard paste. It should almost melt in the mouth.
I always look for like chunks of the turnip.
As well as shrimp, little shrimp that offers the more salty umami kind of flavor.
You know, it really depends how they fry it. They have to get this really nice crispy exterior without destroying the inside to the point where it's hard.
It's just like, you know, the bottom of the dumpling, when you bite into it, you're just like, it's like perfect fried dough kind of thing.
And that in itself is enough to like create this like salty flavor.
You know what it is? It's a turnip hash brown, is what it is.
I just remember it being so good.
It is so underrated, guys.
Chicken sticky rice, lo mai gai.
糯米鸡.
Lo mai gai.
So normai is like sticky rice and gai is chicken.
It's very similar to a 粽子.
It is the most flavorful thing you'll ever have.
It's wrapped in a lotus leaf, and I feel like anything that's wrapped in lotus leaf, pandan leaf, banana leaf, it just infuses the rice.
And then it's just so aromatic.
And then you unwrap the leaves. The lotus leaves has a nice aroma.
You feel it in the back of your throat and lungs and stuff.
And it's like kind of greasy. You know, it's probably got some like oil in there, probably from, you know, the meat that you find inside.
A lot of them have chicken and pork.
You see like the shiitake mushroom. It's got like the soy sauce mixture in there. Or maybe like Chinese sausage. I don't even care. Whatever's inside, I will eat it.
The meat that they choose has to have a really good portion of fat on it, that, you know, because that fat melts into the rice and into the other things, and it helps to cook the rice and the other ingredients put into it.
I would eat everything else first and then the sticky rice towards the end.
Because I don't want to fill my stomach up too early, because that's a rookie move, and then you can't eat the rest of the other dim sum.
Honestly, one of the most tasty things you'll ever have.
Chicken feet, feng zhao.
Chicken feet is delicious.
I'm very ABC and I can't deal with it, and it scares me, and it's all like...
I would not talk to a Westerner about chicken feet because they would be shocked. Every single dim sum I've went to, we've gotten the chicken feet.
It definitely belongs on the list because of its controversy.
I feel like it should be higher on the list.
I think the reason that they don't like it is because it's a mental hurdle to try get over the fact that you're eating a foot.
When you eat it, it's literally a bunch of skin on very tiny bones, which I know sounds really bad.
And if you think about the chickens running around in the farm and their scrawny little feet somehow have expanded.
That's all red or brown.
I feel like the eating process is kind of fun, although it's kind of cumbersome, right?
The process of it is that you deep fry it, you braise it, and then you steam it.
I like to see it when the fingers are fat.
What is it? It's gelatinous. That's what I would call it. It's gelatinous, it's kind of sweet.
Like, you know that it's been soaked in the sauces.
I would lick it because the taste is good. It's this dark soy with like sometimes it's got black bean.
You can hear people biting into it, and there's like little cartilage sounds.
You just hear the, like this noise of like the skin being sucked off the bone.
And I'm like, that's not for me.
It's not a very ladylike action, but it's kind of fun.
It's, you know, it reminds me of Happy Feet.
At the end of the day, you're biting into chicken feet.
The end.
Pork ribs, pai guat.
Pai gu or ba guo.
Western style, you think of just like a rack of ribs, right? But pai guat is actually very tiny little bones.
That's what you do when you eat it, because all the oil and the grease just comes down into here.
I love the flavor of the juice that is like at the bottom of the dish, and then like if you have taro with it, it soaks it up, and it's like an explosion of like savory, porky flavor.
The pork fat that's been cooked out, and then they add some garlic and oil and black beans.
It's always like chewy at some point.
There's not actually a lot of meat.
I can never like figure out which part is meat and which part is bone, and I'm all like...
I love it because I love sucking on the bones and because there's so much flavor.
I'm always like squishing it around in my mouth thinking like, man, this is really tasty, but I don't know.
That like stringy in between fat that kind of joins two pieces of meat together. Like you just end up chewing on that.
And I like that it's in small bites.
You cannot go to dim sum and not order this dish.
Like someone always orders this dish or is looking for this dish.
My favorite dish ever.
Rice noodles.
Oh, Dude, another one of my favorites.
This is actually one of the most symbolic dim sum items for me.
Yeah, this one is so good.
This is amazing. There's a whole bunch of different versions.
So the prawn one is called ha cheng. There's a beef one with minced beef, that's ngao cheng. And the donut one, which I think a lot of people really like, that's jia leung.
I actually like the one with the youtiao inside.
The fan is the sheet, right? Cheng fan. It's just so smooth and slippery, and it just like glides down your throat. You don't even have to like freaking bite it.
I like how the taste is just right. It's not so overbearingly salty.
If you eat a prawn, you could just swallow the prawn whole and be like...
The soy sauce is not like salty. It's kind of got the sweet thing going on.
So the sauce is actually pretty runny. It's not like your usual sauces where it's a little bit thick.
They should pour the sauce on top after they serve it. It shouldn't just be like sitting in a sauce already.
And it should be like covering the rice wrap, and then when you put it in your mouth, you just got these wonderful textures, and then when you get to the middle, there's that shrimp there. You're like, oh, hey man, there you are. And then you keep chewing, and then it's just like glorious. It's a glorious dim sum dish.
My complaint all the time was I wanted more sauce because it got to like the third and last roll and there wouldn't be any left.
So this is just like a match made in heaven.
It's very unique.
Char siu bao, char siu bao.
This item has to be on the list of all-time great dim sum items.
Cha shao bao is, I think, is a pretty ubiquitous dish.
Depending on either if you like the crispier, flakier dough or like the kind of like the white, really fluffy dough.
I have to say the bun is probably like the whitest and most refined bun you'll ever have in your life.
Bouncy, like cloud-like exterior.
It's like so like sweet and like sticky.
The inside is amazing. It's like sweet barbecue pork.
And how the meat is like bursting at the little seams of the white fluffy bun, like blah.
A lot of times it's got even like the fat with it.
There should be sizable chunks of pork, which is the char siu. Because it's such a classic, people in Hong Kong, they master this filling because it can't be too sweet to the point where you can't finish the entire thing.
I like the other one, the one with glazed bun.
The brown one kind of just reminds me of a Chinese bakery. I'm very indifferent about that one because I feel like, okay, whatever.
And I know places like Ho Wan also have their own kind of rendition of it. They have like a crusty flake on it.
But either one, like you have to have this item when you go to dim sum. It's just so, to me, it's so indicative of dim sum.
Siu Mai.
I feel like everyone knows about this.
Even the people who have never been to dim sum have heard of a shumai before.
Oh man, I feel like I want to like Siu Mai more than I do.
Yeah, this is a popular dish that I know a lot of people get, but I don't really like it for some reason. So I don't like shumai. It's just so basic.
It's always been like very rubbery.
To me, it's just, you know, it's shumai.
I think this is it's a very butchered and misunderstood dim sum dish because it's typically not made very well anywhere.
A shumai, I think of it as another form of dumpling, really. Part of the dumpling is exposed and it's like it's meaty, it's very meaty.
Although it's a small bite, but it's a very dense bite.
It should be pork and shrimp. And the skin shouldn't just like flake apart. It should be very like elasticy, you know, like al dente.
Almost pasta looking sheet on the outside, like a wonton skin, very thin. It's not as thick as like your dumplings. And then on the top is like the symbolic fish roe on the top. It's the orange thing.
It's a very colorful, pretty shumai.
There's a lot of frozen shumai out there in supermarkets, so that kind of imprints like a different picture in my mind.
It's kind of sad that people will be really excited to go and try it, and then when they try it, it doesn't live up to the expectation.
A really good one is truly indicative of how good the dim sum restaurant is.
There's a trifecta of yum cha, right? Like dim sum. There's hogao, char siu bao, siu mai.
It's like, great combination of pork and shrimp.
Prawn dumplings, hogao.
The 水晶虾饺.
This is like, you have to get this when you go to dim sum. There is no choice.
Because it is the dim sum dish.
You cannot blasphemous if you go to Yumcha or have dim sum and not have hagao.
The skin of the dumpling is very important. It should have like this very soft but slightly chewy texture to it.
It looks like a crystal ball, okay?
And I think that's what like entices people to want to eat it.
And when the skin is too thick, it just tastes really like disgusting because all you taste is this like glutinous, it's like mochi but not very delicious mochi.
And it shouldn't break apart. It should be chewy and pulley.
It's like when you eat xiaolongbao and the frigging outside rips. Like that's how heartbreaking it is.
And then you're stuck with this like homeless shrimp.
It needs to be so fresh, like you just got these shrimps out of the water, peeled them, chopped them up, lightly seasoned.
They also add water chestnut in here sometimes to give it that added texture. Otherwise it would just be like mush sometimes. So it's like a crunch.
And if you do that, it should be like sweet. It should have a sweet aftertaste.
And it should glisten. You should look at the prawn inside and it should be shiny.
It should be savory. Savory going in, sweet going out.
As a kid, I would always fight off the other people to try and get it first because it's like
3 or 4 in a little thing, and you could eat 10 yourself. So really, it's not set up for anyone to be a winner.
this is the dish in dim sum that you order more than one, like all the time.
And if you can get that all together, you, my friend, just had the perfect dim sum dish.
It's like the classic be-all, end-all. If there was nothing else, you would be okay with just having hagao. So those guys are the top 10 essential dim sum dishes when you go to Yumcha. Look out for those. And obviously this isn't a complete list. I know they're all really good. Let us know if you want us to do another list and explore more dim sum dishes because there are a lot to showcase, but also desserts, which are my personal favorite. So maybe we'll do that. Give it a thumbs up, let us know what you think, what your favorites are, and we'll see you in the next video.
You know, when it goes into your mouth, it should feel good. Well, that sounds very nasty. Cut that part. No.
Top 10 dishes.
Oh, whoa, I just googled some pictures of chicken feet and now I don't want to eat it.
No, Dan, don't just order the Jell-O, because I'm like 6, and I'm like, that looks great, Mom!
When I say dim sum or yumcha, you say...